Imagine, just for a second, that you suddenly need to uncover a specific court record. Maybe it's for personal reasons, some genealogical research you're doing, or an actual legal matter. If you're like most people, that thought immediately brings up nightmares of endless paperwork and dead ends. Well, today, we're changing that. In this explainer, our goal is to completely demystify Luzerne County's somewhat fragmented public record system and turn it into a clear, easily navigable path. Seriously, does the mere thought of searching for court records leave you feeling totally intimidated by bureaucratic red tape and heavy legal jargon? You are absolutely not alone here. Trying to find legal documents can often feel exactly like searching for a needle in a haystack, especially when you don't even know which barn the haystack is in. But it really doesn't have to be that way. We're going to give you a foolproof, step-by-step roadmap to finding these records. And the best part? You can do it for free, without paying a single cent for your searches. We're going to bypass all that confusion and hand you the exact tools you need to become your very own legal researcher. Let's get into it. All right, here's a quick look at our journey today. We'll be hitting 5 key areas: understanding Luzerne court records, navigating the dual system, a step-by-step search guide, decoding your search results, and finally, troubleshooting and real-world uses. Starting off with Section 1, understanding Luzerne court records. So before we start searching, we really need to know what we're actually looking at. Thanks to Pennsylvania's right to know law, these government records operate under a presumption of openness. Basically, that means they belong to you, unless they're specifically exempted by law. And they cover a massive spectrum of life events. You've got criminal dockets that summarize offenses and penalties, civil records covering private disputes and lawsuits, and family dockets dealing with custody and support. Then there's probate for estates and wills, and real estate for property deeds and mortgages. You can think of a court docket as this official chronological log of a case, built to ensure total transparency and accountability from start to finish. Moving right along to Section 2, navigating the dual system. Now here is the big twist in our search. You might naturally expect to find one giant search bar for everything, right? Well, Luzerne County actually operates on a dual system access model, mostly due to historical tech upgrades. It's kind of like having 2 different library branches. On one side, you have the state-level Unified Judicial System, or UJS portal, which houses your criminal records, minor civil disputes, and traffic cases. But on the other side, you have localized Luzerne County databases. That's where you'll find major civil litigation, real estate transactions, and historical estate records. You literally just have to know which library branch holds the book you want. And this brings us to a really crucial point, understanding the role of the prothonotary. That's just a fancy term for the official county custodian who handles the Court of Common Pleas major civil litigation. Because these major civil actions, things like equity disputes, medical malpractice, or mortgage foreclosures, are completely left out of that statewide UJS portal we just talked about. You will not find them there. You absolutely have to rely on the prothonotary's local digital systems. Okay, Section 3, our step-by-step search guide. Knowing about this split system is honestly half the battle. Now let's get practical and walk through a basic search on that highly utilized UJS web portal. It's just 4 clear steps. First, select your search type. You can use a participant's name, a specific docket number, or an offense tracking number, also known as an OTN. Second, punch in your specific search criteria. Third, and pay attention because this is a massive time saver. If you're searching by name, you absolutely must filter by Luzerne County. Otherwise, you'll be buried in a huge volume of statewide results. Finally, just click that little magnifying glass icon to view the full docket sheet. Easy, right? But wait, what if you're looking for property or historical probate records? That's when you switch over to the county tools. Modern real estate documents from 1968 onward live on the Landex web store. If you want to go way back, historical deeds dating all the way to 1787 are on the IQS eFilm or Infodex portal. And probate records from 1875 to 2004, those are in the digitized estate indexes. Now, doing the actual index queries on these supplementary county tools is completely free. But just a quick heads up, actually printing or downloading the document images might require a small credit card fee. Let's jump into Section 4, decoding your search results. Finding the record is a huge win, but it's really only half the battle. Legal dockets can look like a total alphabet soup of abbreviations if you don't know what you're looking at. Court clerks use these shorthand event codes to efficiently update records. So, to easily extract the data you need and understand the timeline of a case, keep these super common abbreviations in mind. MTN means a motion or a formal request was made. HRG means a hearing or a court session was scheduled. ORD stands for order, which is the judge's official written decision. JDG is the final judgment, and DISM simply means the case was dismissed. Let's actually break down the anatomy of a docket sheet. Every single case number follows a very strict structure. It tells you the year of filing, the case type abbreviation like CR for criminal, CV for civil, or PR for probate, and its sequential case number. You're also going to see prefixes. For example, MJ means the case started in a magisterial district court, while CP means the Court of Common Pleas. The sheet will also clearly lay out the specific parties involved, their attorneys, and the judge assigned to the case. It's actually incredibly organized once you know the secret code. And finally, Section 5, Troubleshooting and Real-World Uses. Now, even with the right databases and a solid grasp of all that terminology, you might still hit a brick wall. If you're searching and simply cannot find the record, take a deep breath, don't panic. A missing record isn't necessarily a navigation error on your part, and it definitely doesn't mean the system is broken. It's highly likely that the record you are looking for is just legally restricted. See, while the right to know law strongly champions openness, there are some very strict exceptions designed to protect individual privacy. Cases involving juveniles, adoptions, certain protection from abuse or PFA filings, and any records that have been officially sealed or expunged by a judge are completely hidden from the public. If a case falls into one of these sensitive categories, it is simply not going to appear in your online search, no matter what you do. But for the vast majority of records that are public, mastering this search skill has immense practical value. For instance, genealogists use these systems to uncover delayed birth records from the late 1800s. Historians track 19th century estates using that IQS portal we mentioned. Everyday residents use the UJS and Landex systems to monitor local property disputes in their neighborhoods. And journalists rely heavily on the UJS portal to accurately follow criminal dockets. The sheer power of this information is literally right at your fingertips. By understanding this dual system, utilizing the right search portals, and knowing exactly how to decode those dockets, you can explore Luzerne County's records with total confidence. So what hidden history or crucial information will you uncover? We highly encourage you to dive right in. And hey, share your own research experiences or drop any questions you might have down in the comments below. We'd love to hear how it goes. To wrap things up, we do need to add this quick note. The information provided in this explainer is for educational purposes only and should not be considered as legal advice. Always consult with a legal professional for specific inquiries regarding court records. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive and happy researching.